Now, if you're asking for the reason why he's not included, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, that's just to me. That's just being lazy, Miles.
Yeah, but I'm
Just being
just
lazy.
saying. But I'm saying I don't really care. But what I'm saying is, Rob Lucci equally has a right to not be there as Sanji. They're both way out of the panel, all the way in the back, out of focus. They're like an afterthought. Why not just not include both? Why? You know, it's just agendas at the end of the day. But people are really
like. Are
mad about
people
this.
saying that it's an agenda to keep Sanji?
Oh yeah. Sanji fans are mad. I had a quick One Piece thing.
Oh yeah.
After that, Miles, we have to talk Choja next. Please, I've been waiting. I've been waiting.
I'm not gonna lie, and I want to send Ty some pictures because that paneling on this,
the latest chapter,
that nigga was going insane.
Yeah, we probably will have to save the Choja next conversation for a different day, because we need more people to be locked in, because this is just a gem that just not enough people are locked into. But with that said, what's your One Piece topic?
This is a quick One Piece topic. I don't know how many people have seen the first episode here. I know I have. I think Riddell has seen it. There's a controversy, and some people in the chat may know. I don't think it's Shueisha. It's not Funimation. It is Shueisha. Shueisha is actually editing scenes and changing them from the manga compared to the anime. So there's a scene where the entirety of the Straw Hats, I actually had it pulled up. I gotta get it again. The Straw Hats are pulled up on York, and Sanji's actually missing. Whereas in the manga, he's in the photo. And the One Piece fans are up in arms, and they're like, they have pitchforks. Everybody's mad. I didn't realize there were a lot of Sanji fans. My question to y'all is, how do y'all feel about the anime going its own way and changing scenes that are seen as important in the manga?
I think there's always when you're switching versions or mediums, you're gonna have to make changes anyway. So I think it's part now. There's always a question if the studio is outright changing whether it's a character or character perception. Like I mentioned that with Sakura, because in the manga she's so much better than how the studio decided to animate her and turn her character. So that's all it is, especially if they change big story moments. But you got to be. Is it like, I don't think that's too crazy, but like some things have to change in order for this to work out. Like the even the fact like the Jinwoo Beru fight, he was using ice powers. And why was he using ice powers? Because he killed one of those Chinese dudes who had ice powers. Like those things that you wouldn't catch on another medium. I think all that stuff helped the Beru fight stand out more, even though people were trying to put it in ridiculous conversations. But those things matter.
And I have the picture. Can I show pictures what I was going to copyright it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a picture so that I can show us. But random, I don't mind. So Shueisha does that all the time, right? Mm-hmm. We had that controversy with me getting mad at them glazing Garp last season. Mm-hmm. So it's one thing to enhance a product. It's another thing to kind of just change it. So if we see here in the manga panel, it's like a posse. It's a posse cut. This is like the middle of the arc. Straw Hats got their big W. We got Sanji right here. But it's the whole posse. Jinbei, everybody's here. Manga, he's just gone. And everybody's mad about that.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'll be honest, I don't care. I'll be honest,
you sad right now.
I couldn't care less.
Honestly, I don't care either.
The thing is, like, I get being upset when it's important narrative pieces, but if it's like slight things that, you know, just appeal to fans' wants, I could not care less. And I do think One Piece fans have been doing that more recently with certain slight things that happen in the anime. Now, a bigger thing, we actually had that debate on the podcast where you were kind of upset on how Garp was looked at. We had a whole clip about it. People were flaming Miles in the comments. But it showed Mark Garp doing some really crazy stuff. A scene like this, where we know he's there, he's just not in the scene, it doesn't mean anything to me. But I do think, at the very least, don't mess up lore you can kind of like power scalers I don't care about. So like if you want to make it look like they're more broken by making it seem like they're doing this like
Sure.
certain attack, I'm willing to give it leeway. But overall, if you can make the anime more interesting without messing up the lore, I'm okay with it.
And that picture, and the one on the bottom in the anime itself, is that like a scene or is that just a picture, a still image?
It's a
Like-
scene. They're all moving in the scene.
Yeah, Sanji's in the like actual room. He's just not in this.
He's in the room. He comes later, but this whole entire posse cut in the anime, they're all moving. They all are like expressing emotion because they captured this girl.
Because like
And he's just his reaction is just absent from that moment.
Yeah.
it's one of those things, Santa, where like they kind of preview all their faces and then like they all just pop up for the scene.
Mhm.
Now I will say this, Miles, because I heard about this a few days ago. If animation controversy is like the biggest gripe with anime fans since the whole Demon Slayer era, I would say probably the second or third biggest thing is the panel to screen type thing.
Yes.
And
And that's warranted to me
Yeah.
sometimes.
yeah, so sometimes the panel to screen needs to cook. But like other times, like they just be ODing, like, oh, they had the camera angle on the right side instead of the left side, or oh, he went like this instead of like this, or like
So I actually remember one from last year where J-Rob had an issue with it. It was with Kaiju number 8.
yeah.
And they actually redid that character that J-Rob had an issue with. But
Oh,
when we first saw
Narumi.
it didn't capture any of his essence or aura in his first reveal. And now they came back and they had to redo
And they
it.
made sure to put that in the trailer too.
Mhm.
They
But
gave him
I-
volume in his hair, they gave him definition in his face and all that.
But
Yeah.
it,
The
but
only
it's-
egregious thing I can remember was like the Gojo scene.
my thing is, to me, I understand that. It's the whole like when the Sonic trailer first came out and Sonic just looked bad. It was a bad character model. And it had so much uproar that they redid it. Same thing with Kaiju. Like the character model just looked bland, just cheap.
Don't forget the teeth.
It was just bad. It was just drawn bad. So I get that. On the Sanji one,
He's in the way back, Santo. He's in the way back.
he's like in the panel, he doesn't even look like he's in focus. Like he's just back there. Like I don't
But-
think it's that deep, personally.
But so Santo, and I'm with you, but here's my problem with that. Rob Lucci's right next to Santo, right next to Sanji,
Don't compare me
equally
to
out of
that.
he's equally out of focus, but they included him.
Now, if you're asking for the reason why he's not included, fuck, I don't know.
That's just
Yeah.
to me. That's just being lazy.
Yeah,
Miles.
yeah, but I'm
They're
just
being lazy.
saying. But I'm saying I don't really care. But what I'm saying is Rob Lucci equally has a right to not be there as Sanji. They're both way out of the panel, all the way in the back, out of focus. They're like an afterthought. Why not just not include both? Why? You know, it's just agendas at the end of the day. But
Yeah,
people are really
like are
mad about
people
this.
saying that it's an agenda to keep Sanji
oh
out?
yeah. Sanji fans are mad. they think that there is an intentional agenda to make Sanji appear more horny, appear weaker, and often not even include him with the rest of the Straw Hats intentionally by Shueisha.
So can we also say that then that there's an agenda to make Usopp white? Because why is he now whiter than Luffy? When he's supposed to be black.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, why is he white? Now he's now lighter than Luffy. That makes no sense. But that's beside Sanji fans just crashing out. Like, you know what probably happened? It was time constraints. The guy that was probably supposed to be making that panel was like, "Oh, I don't have time to make Sanji because he's in the way back. Shit, this shit's due in 30 minutes. Fuck it." That's what happened. That's what happened. We all know that's what happened.
So if Sanji would have been in,
I hear a video,
That's random.
and now he muted.
And now
me.
you're muted. Lock in.
Random. Lock in. Lonnie's the tired one here. All right.
so You're gone, bro. You're gone.
You're
muted.
gone.
You're cooked. You're just cooked.
So if Sanji would have been included in that photo, but Rob Lucci's out, is it the same level of disdain?
No, and the only reason why is, unlike most stories, there's not many stories that have an entire posse that's in the forefront. If you're gonna do a posse cut like that, you need to have the whole posse.
Gotcha.
Picture you got the I can't think of a posse right now. Picture you got the Migos when they were still together, and Offset is just not in the picture. You get what I'm saying? And it's meant to be a posse cut. Sanji's a part of the posse. Rob Lucci's not.
Okay.
I hear that. Ultimately, it's also one of the like scenes that I don't really care too much about. So there are better posse cuts, but who knows?